Welcome back to Humans in 5.
Today, we'd like to chat about a wonderful graphic released by the clever minds at The Oatmeal. The Oatmeal is an internet graphic site that works hard to leave your side splitting with laughter while also talking about some social issues.
A few weeks ago, they released a piece that really caught our eye as anthropologists. It has to do with how our lives and experiences shape both our perspectives and how easily we're able to take on and accept new information.
Our perspectives and opinions are shaped by all of the events we experience during our lifetime. We know that what we go through impacts our opinions, but we rarely talk about how those experiences often have strong emotional impacts on us as well.
When we consolidate a memory or an important fact that affects our opinions, we don't just save the details of that memory. We also remember and save how we feel about that information. Our brains are built to tie together both core information and our emotions about that information. For example, many people think positively about George Washington. We know him as one of the founding fathers of the United States and as the owner of some very false teeth.
Now, we can go through our lives thinking of George Washington as an American hero who helped found their country despite his dentures. The real challenge arises when we learn something new about that memory and information we have already saved. For example, we have these positive thoughts about Washington, but what if I told you that one set of his false teeth were made from the teeth of slaves?
We guarantee you this information is 100% true, not a word of a lie. Now, somehow, when you hear this new factoid, some of you may not just react with your usual critical thinking skills. Some may react with our guts and our feelings. We feel let down, disappointed, maybe sad after learning this new information.
The trouble is, when you feel this internal friction when learning new information that contradicts your opinions and perspectives, it affects how you consolidate and react to that information. As mentioned in the Oatmeal comic, it's not about trying to convince you that Washington is good or bad, but taking a look at your own emotional barometer when learning something new.
When we learn something that doesn't challenge our worldview, we tend to accept it without any more thought. But when we learn something that goes against how we see the world, we're far more likely to question it and even reject it. No matter how accurate the information, our emotions affect how we react to new information. This psychological effect is known as the Backfire Effect.
Researchers are working hard to understand this effect, and it turns out it goes deeper than an emotional response. Researchers at the University of Southern California looked at the brains of people learning information that goes against their worldview while scanning their brain in an MRI machine.
They found that intellectual threats, or ideas that contrast with someone's personal and political beliefs, cause a reaction in the same part of the brain that lights up when someone is afraid of a physical threat. Our brains can't distinguish threats to our worldview from threats that may actually cause us bodily harm. Our bodies protect us from ideas that may harm our core beliefs.
So, if we react on an emotional or visceral level to information that challenges our core beliefs shaped by our experiences, how can we begin to learn these new accurate facts? The authors of The Oatmeal note that there are no quick fixes for changing our minds when we need to face the facts. They suggest that the best we can do is be aware that this effect exists so that we can start to learn to separate emotional responses from logical ones.
We hope to continue to challenge you in the future, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
Don't forget to subscribe!